One of the most important parts of your offer when you're creating your business is not how much value you're providing, but how you can reduce the risk. So your offer is solving a pain point for whatever business it is. But what really pushes people over the edge is the more that you can reduce the risk of their purchase. That is usually worth more than adding additional value to people, depending upon the ticket price and how expensive it is. But when you're structuring the offer, reducing as much risk as possible to where people feel like it's a no-brainer. And that's how Alex Hormozi says people think the offer is so good they feel stupid saying no. You do that by reducing risk. So here's a way how you can reduce risk from your offer that drastically increases your conversions without any real downside benefit or downside negative connotation to what you're doing. So that's increasing your guarantee. What a lot of people do is they shorten the guarantee as quickly as possible. They'll say, if you don't love it in 7 days, your money back. If you don't love it in 14 days, don't worry, I'll give you your money back. 30 days, your money back. The problem with doing a 7 or 14 day guarantee, people are buying it and convincing themselves why they should no longer have it. Because they're saying, I have 7 days to make a decision. I'm going to try this thing. But they're literally talking themselves out of the sale once they buy the product because they know they're so limited on time. Where if you say it's a 1 year guarantee, someone is going to say, okay, perfect. If I don't love it, I'm fine. But these people are so confident in their product that they know that I'm going to love it and they're going to give me my money back if I don't. The thing is, the percentage of people that join because of that are 100,000 times more than the people that leave within that period of time. So it really, really drastically increases your sales without people actually refunding. The refund rate is so ridiculously low, it's tough to even comprehend for people because they would think that the longer they go, the more people that would refund. But it's the opposite is true because people are no longer talking themselves out of the sale. This is something that I've had to learn the hard way. When I was doing a webinar for one of my clients where I just do all the organic social media marketing, and I've recently been building out all the back-end funnels to convert all that traffic that we're getting into customers. So I'm really always nowadays thinking about how to increase the conversion rates for the views that we're getting into customers for their businesses. When I first started running webinars, I would do a 7-day guarantee. He would go up, he would do the value stack, the Russell Brunson value stack. We were listing all the benefits that people are going to get from buying your product. You're trying to overcome objections, but then in the guarantee, we would do a 7-day guarantee. And what we'd find is wouldn't necessarily get more people that signed up, but we had way more people that would cancel. Compare that when you go longer and longer durations, we actually get less cancellations and the same or more sales. So it's an absolute no-brainer. And the only situation where this doesn't work is if your product sucks. If what you're doing actually is terrible, then people are going to refund you. But that is a you problem, not the marketplace problem. I remember when me and PJ started our first business, we had a satisfaction guarantee and we were selling something that was a physical product when we were in high school. Let's just say it wasn't the most legal. We had a policy where if you did not have the best experience with our product, we will come and give you more. It was nicotine. We were selling Dispos while we were in high school, not like hard drugs or anything like that. There would be once in a while when someone would come and say, yeah, this thing wasn't working. So without questions, we would give them another disposable because our cost versus the value that we were getting was incredibly high. And we were running it like a business where all of our competitors were running it just to sell drugs. We took over the entire market share of all people selling nicotine in our city incredibly quickly because we had a better monetization system. We were the average price of these things people were selling for $15. We undercut them to $12 and then we had really good bulk prices because we were getting them for $3. We were like, well, fuck, we're still making a 4x markup, but now we're beating our competition. We took all the market share because most people that were selling these things were more intimidating and me and PJ, just two white goofballs. And so we had a very strong policy of making sure that we were like the friendly drug dealer where you did not feel unsafe. So what did that do? We didn't just take over our city, which was a little bit rougher, Lynn, Massachusetts. We took over all the really nice cities like Marblehead, Swampscott, going even further because they did not want to buy from the people that were coming up with guns and fucking pressing them. They wanted to buy from someone that was an easy transaction. And then having all these other things made it to where we utterly dominated all the competition. The competition was terrible. And so we were number one in a very small pond until we shut down for obvious reasons. But we did have that satisfaction guarantee, and I guarantee you that got us a lot more customers. And most people in their info products and their businesses, they will have some degree of satisfaction guaranteed if you follow XYZ steps. But if you extend the livelihood, the value of that guarantee, you will get higher caliber clients that close and they completely forget or they just don't ever cancel or they're never going to ask for their refund.